So let's talk about esters. How are esters formed? The esters is a new homologous series that we will take, forming it from the last two homologous series we took. We took the acids and the alcohols. So how can you make the ester by joining the alcohol and acid? If you have, for example, an ethanoic acid and ethanol, this is the acid, carboxylic acid, and this is my alcohol. Let's write the formula C2H5COH and write the displayed formula of this one and write the displayed formula of the ethanol. For some reason, I will try to put the two OH groups together. I have two OH. One OH here is the hydroxyl group. This is the name of the functional group of the any alcohol. And the OH from the carboxylic is COOH. I'll put the OH also facing the OH of the alcohol. This is the carboxylic group facing each other together. Then once I put them together, I will try to remove a molecule of water. I will remove a molecule of water. And what is the molecule of water formed from? An OH plus H. So try to remove a molecule of water from the compounds by removing an OH from the carboxylic acid and removing an H from the alcohol. And we can memorize this one again by saying the carboxylic acid has a lot of things. It has COOH, so it's not a problem to remove two things from it. While the alcohol has only an OH, so I will just remove the hydrogen from it. Or you can memorize it whatever, but just try to memorize that the OH is removed from the carboxylic acid and the hydroxyl group will be removed from it, the H only. What I'm gonna do is just delete these two. I'll delete these two from the compounds, then join them together. So just remove these two and join the two compounds together to form your ester. If you do so, you will form your ester compound by joining these two together and removing a molecule of water. So if we join them together, I will notice that the joining forms a new compound called the ester, and a new general formula will be formed and a new functional group. So what is the functional group? The functional group is C double bond OO. Where did the functional group come from? From the joining of the two functional groups. The functional group of the acid is the carboxylic, C double bond OH, joined to the rest of the compound. And the functional group of the alcohol is OH. Don't write C's now, I'm just writing the functional group. So if you join these two together, then after joining them, you remove a molecule of water. So just copy this and put it here. And you remove a molecule of water. So OH from the acid and H from here again. OH from the acid and H from the alcohol. And H from the alcohol. And then you join them together, you get the C double bond OO. So the C double bond OO is the functional group that you are going to see in the esters, and you need to recognize it just by looking at it. You can see it written like that in the display formula, or COO in the structural formula only. Once you see that, you will know that this is the functional group of the ester. So let's do some examples by joining the butanoic acid together with the propanol. Just do the same, draw them beside each other, and then remove the molecule of water to get your ester. And then the functional group again is C double bond O. When you are drawing, you can make whatever mixes you want. So you can draw the alcohol on the left side and the acid on the right side, or you can do the opposite in the drawing. You can draw the carboxylic acid on the left side and the alcohol on the right side. Just always try to face the OH with the OH together. If the carboxylic acid is on the right side, you will move OH from it and H from here. And if the opposite, if the carboxylic acid is on the left and the alcohol is on the right, so you will remove the OH from here. Again, if this is the carboxylic acid from here and alcohol from here, that's how you will remove it. And at the end, you will get the same results, by the way, but you need to know where you get what from, alcohol and carboxylic acid. Then the last thing that I need to know is how, after practicing many times, methanoic acid with butanol, the propanoic acid with methanol, propanol with ethanoic acid, and when you are at home, try to make up some names. So make make, for example, any carboxylic acid, any organic acid, carboxylic acid, with any alcohol that you know, and try to make the formula. Then the naming of the ester is just by joining them together. In the drawing, we said we can put this on the left and this on the right. But in the drawing, you can put that one on the left, that one on the right, no problem. But in the naming, you have to put the name of the prefix as the alcohol first. You cannot put the acid at the beginning. You have to put the alcohol on the left side as the prefix, then the acid on the right, and the name will be an alkyl alkanoate. So what is the alkyl alkanoate? We said that you put the alcohol on the left. The alcohol is an alkyl we said the alcohol is a methyl alcohol. This is the alcohol which is CH3OH, or ethyl alcohol, or the ethanol, that is the C2H5OH, or propyl or butyl alcohol. So just get the name of the alkyl group, methyl ethyl. So it will be butyl methyl propyl, and change the name of the acid into from alkanoic acid into alkanoate. So remove the oic and put weight instead. So methanoic will be methanoate. Propanoic will be propanoate. Ethanoic will be ethanoate. Let's put some examples. If you have an alcohol which is methanol or propanol or butanol or what's the ethanol, the name of the ester formed will be methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, successively. And if you have the carboxylic acid as methanoic, ethanoic, propanoic, butanoic, so you will get the name of the ester part as methanoate, ethanoate, propanoate, and butanoate, and then you can mix like you want. So please try to practice as much as you can, and the next time we will know that the reaction that we did now is something called a condensation reaction. A condensation reaction is not a normal addition reaction. Condensation reaction is a reaction in which you add two molecules together, but then you remove one molecule of food. So when you make addition, and then elimination, you added the two molecules together, and then you eliminated one molecule of water. Instead of saying addition and elimination, you say this is a condensation reaction, and see you next time.